Yeah. There's a voice in the mirror when the room goes quiet, a shadow in the corner saying you can't deny it. Every choice leaves a mark, every secret leaves a trace. You can run from the world, but you can't escape your face. When the lights turn off and the crowd disappears, you're left with your thoughts and the weight of your fears. Two voices inside, one heart in the middle. One wants the truth, one wants to keep it hidden. Yeah, I knew a man who was chasing a dream through the city, carrying pain that nobody saw or felt pity. He worked every day just to make something better, but the pressure kept building like a storm in the weather. People told him, change, you're falling behind. So he started believing the lies in his mind. He looked at success like a door with the lock, and he started forgetting the value of the clock. The voice in his head said, take the shortcut, nobody cares if the road gets corrupt. Everybody bends when the money gets near, everybody hides when they're fighting their fear. But another voice whispered, remember your name, remember the reason you started this game. Don't trade your soul for a temporary crown, because everything rises and everything comes down. He stood at the edge with the choice in his hands, between building a future or destroying his plans. The easy road looked like a beautiful view, but the price of the journey was something he knew. Cause every victory that comes from a lie leaves a piece of your spirit slowly starting to die. That guilty conscience keeps calling my name, reminding me I'm not immune to the pain. Every mistake and every regret are memories I never forget. I can hide from the world, I can cover my tracks, but the truth always finds a way back. There's a battle inside that nobody sees, a war between my choices and my belief. I knew a woman who smiled through the struggle, holding together a life full of trouble. She carried the weight of 1,000 emotions, but nobody noticed the cracks in the ocean. She gave everything until nothing remained, laughing outside while she carried the pain. A voice told her, stop caring, stop feeling. The world takes advantage of hearts that are healing. Build up a wall, never let anyone in. Forget all the places where you've ever been, but deep down she knew that becoming cold would cost more than anything money could hold. Because kindness is strength and compassion is power, even when life feels like the darkest hour. The scars on her heart were a story of survival, a map showing every difficult arrival. She chose to forgive, she chose to move on. She found a new reason to wake with the dawn. Everybody has moments they wish they could change, words they regret and decisions that haunt them. Everybody has nights where the past comes alive, asking the question, were you wrong or were you right? But guilt isn't meant to destroy your soul, it can be a lesson that helps you grow whole. The voice of conscience is not your enemy, it's the part of yourself that wants you to see. It shows you the cracks so you can rebuild, it shows you the wounds so they can be healed. The hardest fight is the one deep inside, where your fears and your hopes collide. I've walked through places where darkness was loud, where doubt stood taller than any crowd. I've made mistakes that I wish I could erase, moments I remember, moments I face. But I learned that a person is more than the past, more than the failures and shadows they cast. The choices we make are the chapters we write. The wrong turns can lead us back to the light. A broken road doesn't mean the end. Sometimes the hardest days help us begin again. The mirror may show every battle and scar, but it also reveals how strong you are. So I listen when that inner voice speaks, even when the truth makes me weak. Because honesty hurts, but lies hurt longer. Facing yourself is how you will become stronger. The guilt may remain, but it doesn't control me. The past may follow, but it doesn't own me. That guilty conscience keeps calling my name, but I'm learning to rise above the shame. Every mistake and every regret is a lesson I carry, not a life sentence. I can't change yesterday, but I can change today. I can choose a different path along the way. There's a battle inside, but I'm finally free, because I found the person I was meant to be. When the world gets quiet and the truth appears, when you face the memories you carried for years, don't run from the voice that tells you to grow. Don't fear the lessons your struggles can show. A guilty conscience is not just pain, it's a reminder that you can change. The past is a teacher, not the final page. Every heart has a battle, Every soul has a stage, and when you stand tall after everything you've done, you realize the greatest victory is the one you've won within.